After yesterday's Supreme Court ruling, is it time to abandon the Rwanda policy?
Well, I think it's important to say what was the point of the Rwanda policy? It's part of the Prime Minister's pledge to stop the boats coming over, and that, for the reason we've heard, I mean, that's an incredibly dangerous way to get here. It's worth putting this in context. I mean, there are fewer people coming over this year than last, and I think that reflects a lot of work in the way that the lady earlier who wanted to take a knife to the boats was talking about. Actually, the French, with quite a lot of British money, have been doing more on that. But the scale is small. We're looking at probably 30,000 people coming over in this route this year. That's against a total immigration of people staying here long-term of probably more than 1 million. So this is a very small fraction of the total number of people coming into the country. But I think the second really important point is the one that Juliet made, which is that the pressure here is only going to grow over time. There's more problems in the world. There's more war and more issues with people being pushed out by demography, huge increases in the numbers of people in Africa over the next 30 or 40 years. That's going to put incredible pressure on all of Western Europe and other parts of the world, and we do need international agreements to get there. One other sort of thing it's worth saying, we do take, per head of population, fewer asylum seekers by some considerable distance than the EU average, and fewer per head of population than most big countries in the EU, partly because we are harder to get to. But the only way that we're going to deal with this is through long-term strategies with other countries, recognising the big international pressures that are building up. And I don't think sort of these sort of one-off policies, quite difficult policies to implement, like Rwanda. And the last point is, this is supposed to disincentivise people. It's an empirical question as to whether it will. At the moment, even if the policy had gone ahead, we might be talking about 1,000 or 2,000 a year going to Rwanda. That's the kind of capacity they have at the moment. Whether people, those coming over, would consider that enough of a disincentive to change their behaviour, we actually, as an empirical fact, don't know. And I think until you've got it up to virtually everyone, I think the chances are it probably wouldn't actually have much effect on the numbers coming across.